They taught you about kings and queens from Europe. They taught you about empires, wealth, and legacy, but they left something out. They never told you about the richest man in all of human history. Not Bezos, not Musk, not Caesar. Mansa Musa, the African emperor worth over $400 billion. And yet, his name was almost erased from the pages of history. Welcome to African Tales by Mufasa, where we bring you the legends they didn't want you to know. And today, we uncover the incredible, nearly forgotten story of the richest man who ever lived. Mansa Musa ruled the Mali Empire in the early 1300s, a time when West Africa wasn't just surviving, it was thriving. Mali was a global superpower, controlling over half the world's known gold supply. Its cities were advanced, its trade routes stretched across continents, and its culture was booming. But Mansa Musa didn't inherit this world through bloodline. He rose to power after the mysterious disappearance of his predecessor, Abu Bakr II, who set sail on an Atlantic voyage and never returned. Suddenly, Musa was king, and he didn't just take the throne, he transformed it. In 1324, Musa embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca. But this wasn't a simple spiritual journey. It was the most extravagant royal expedition the world had ever seen. 60,000 men, 12,000 slaves in silk robes, 100 camels, each carrying over 300 pounds of solid gold. Everywhere he stopped, Cairo, Medina, Mecca, he handed out gold. To rulers, to beggars, to markets. In Cairo, he gave away so much, he caused a financial crash that lasted 12 years. One man, one trip, entire economies shaken. But Musa wasn't just showing off wealth, he was planting seeds. He returned to Mali with architects, scholars, poets, and engineers. He built mosques, libraries, and the world-famous Sankore University in Timbuktu. He turned his empire into a beacon of knowledge, culture, and civilization. Under his rule, Mali became the intellectual and spiritual hub of Africa. So, why don't you know this story? Because colonial powers wrote history with their own agenda. They erased African greatness. They buried names like Mansa Musa, because his story didn't fit their version of the world. But we're here to change that. At African Tales by Mufasa, we bring back the stories that matter. Stories of kings, queens, warriors, and thinkers who shaped the world, but were left in the shadows. If this story moved you, if you felt pride, if you learned something new, don't let it end here. Hit that like button. Drop a comment below. What part of Mansa Musa's story shocked you the most? Share this video with someone who needs to know that Africa had billionaires before banks. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Because this is just one of many forgotten tales we're bringing back to life. History wasn't just written in Europe. It was carved in gold across the sands of Mali by a king the world tried to forget.